Let's get it. The new movement, DJ Drewski. I'm here, of course. You see my special guest is in the building.
Yeah, yeah.
Cano the Artist. The artist, because we're here to talk about his art and his music. We got to talk about some of these records you played.
Oh man, I got some records for the world to hear. I let Drewski hear it first because I wanted to get his ear. He's been in the industry doing this thing for a minute. Out from Jersey. Definitely like myself. I mean, he from Elizabeth. I'm from Newark myself, but
That's
it's like
neighbor.
close
We
family.
neighbors right
Yeah,
there.
absolutely. But yeah, he got to hear the music first, right quick, and get to hear the first song I got coming out November 7th. That's Petty. I let him hear that real quick. He heard a few more other songs, but we going with that one first.
All right, so Petty comes out November 7th.
Yes, sir.
Is there a project already like you have in mind, or you like you said you just dropping records at this point? Like,
well, I got a project. The EP is called Ascent that I'm moving with, and that's the first records that I let you hear earlier in before we got here. And after that, I'm already got the album. I think I got like maybe 2 songs left to do. And that the album is going to be obviously the set the full 12 songs that's going to be on that track. With that said, it's going to be a lot more songs that it's going to increase in great sounds.
Right. And speaking of sounds, when I first heard the music, I was like, oh, he's having fun with it. Like, these are big records when it comes to sounds, like sonically. There was like 80s, to me, 80s inspiration in it. Mm-hmm. Heavy, like dance, fun music.
Absolutely.
Was that the type of music you always made? Or, because you told me, it was a time when I was making music, I kind of took a break from it, and now I'm back. So is this a whole new sound as well?
I want to say yes, it's a whole new sound. Prior to doing this music, I was doing just focusing more on the street music.
Right.
And I thought that was good, but then I started, as I matured, I started thinking about my message, the words I'm saying to the youth, and just people in general. I didn't want to portray the life that I was living, the negative aspects.
Right.
I started thinking about all the fun things in life. And coming from Newark, a lot of people don't really think about that or experience that. And I understand that, but I felt like those little moments that you have, I wanted to make that bigger than just what people are experiencing out here.
Right. And coming from Newark, coming from Elizabeth, a lot of people don't get to travel. You told me you just went to Scotland to perform.
Absolutely, yeah.
Talk about that experience, because that's something even artists that people might feel is successful don't even have opportunities to do.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, I got opportunity linked up with some people out there, and they got me onto a show, the Fringe Show out there, which is arts festival. It's in Scotland. It's usually broadcast all August. They mostly arts, but they also handle musicians. So definitely, if people want to go out there, get your sound out there. It moves out there. People love the music just like they love it out in the States, and also just traveling in general. It gives me a better idea of like sounds to create.
Because my next question was being able to travel and having those experiences, is it influencing some of this music that you're putting out? Because like I said, these are big sounds. These are not like typical hip hop records. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, so would you say that experience has led to like inspiration in the music?
For sure, traveling, getting well versed. But I think I'll also give a big opportunities, where it came off from was really the music from the 70s, obviously the early 80s, listening to Temptations, Prince, those type of artists where they kind of created everything.
Right.
And those had heavy sounds of my influences, how I create.
Is it the same, like separate from the sound and traveling, but as a young kid growing up, was that the same people you were inspired by too?
No, I would say because those are like different genres.
Right.
Those artists that I just named. Obviously, I do more. What was moving me was pop and hip hop when I was young. Obviously, Michael Jackson had a heavy influence in the way he moved the world. So that was one of the people I thought I would love to be like, or just emulate in his sense of being worldly and his music being just not heard in just a small environment of the hood.
Right.
I view my music globally.
Well, the last record you played, I forgot the name of it. The last one we played, where I said it sounded like a pop record, like it was heavy pop influence.
I think the Forever song might have been that one, or you might have been talking about My Guitar.
My guitar, yeah, that one.
Yeah, so that was music that I just created. My Guitar was also about a song about the woman I was dating at the time. Great lyrics. I believe more people you get involved with, more creation comes out of you. It's very important to, whether the relationship is good or bad.
Right. To use it.
It's very creative. Yeah. So use that energy. I always tell people, inspire yourself. Every moment, every single breath is a new thought and is a new idea.
Right. So how often are you in the studio? How often are you creating?
Well, I want to say realistically, I wake up to this. This is all I do now. I just consistently work, AM to PM. If I'm not doing, because I do all the song lyrics. I'm not just a regular artist. I consider myself more like Prince. I also write the production on it. So I do all the sounds myself. I do everything.
But you're producing the record?
Yeah, I do everything myself.
Wow.
Yeah, so all those sounds you heard were all me, and all the lyrics are all me. That's what I like to do going forward. So I don't want to be. I think that's what helps me create being my own sound.
Right. Yeah. Because it is hard to take a beat or production that someone else created and be creative on it, because like you're saying, you're building it from scratch, knowing like, yo, this is what I'm going to do to it. This is the idea I have. And I'm sure there's times where you might go in with an idea and kind of scrap it. Like it ain't working out the way I thought it was going to work out.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's been times everybody experienced that, and I'm sure you had those experiences. Right. Like things ain't go well. Well, you take an L, and everybody has to take an L. That's the only way you can evolve and get better in your skills, your craft. As I kept on working every day, I scrapped a lot of songs. I want to say easily at this time, I probably wrote maybe 500 songs, and easily, like, that's just to get to this level of creation. You got to do this every day. And before when I was involved in like the work industry, 9 to 5, it allowed me to create, but not as much. Being now that I had all this time to it, I feel like I'm just more free with it now. And not being signed to anybody, it allows me to just create what I want.
Right.
So I'm not geared to make just certain type of particular sounds.
Were you signed at one point?
Oh no, I was looking for it at a moment, but then I decided to again. I did music about 10 years ago.
Right.
I didn't like what I was creating, so I decided to take a pause and actually figure out how to create my own sounds. And I was writing then, but I was writing off of everybody's beats that they were making. And then I kind of understood what helps my voice more was creating my own sounds and rhythms to it to match my voice. And it blends in better. So
you feel like now in your career, you're in a good place. Like you're happy with the sound, you're happy with the music.
I'm definitely happy with it. I'm definitely happy with what I'm creating. I'm definitely happy with what I'm saying, for sure. Like the message, I think that's what really changed my whole style from the younger self into my mature self.
And for people that are just getting in tune, November 17th, right? The
Absolutely.
First drop.
Oh,
7th.
November 7th.
November 7th, the first drop.
The first drop, yes. I'm dropping Petty, the first song on deck. You definitely got to check it. If y'all don't know yet, I even shout myself out. Follow me at The Real Cano The Artist, all platforms. Music is definitely going to be fire. I'm going to have some memes for y'all. I'm going to have y'all, really listen to things. I ain't going to hold you. My music definitely is fire. Fire.
Bop, bop, bop. Definitely. And I told him he got to get the visuals going too.
We doing
so,
it.
You drop Petty. We need to see some, visuals to that.
I got some things on deck on it. I was doing some recording last night actually in Brooklyn with a couple of friends of mine do acting. Shouts to Kevin, shouts to Kyle. They do great at acting work, and I see them doing well in the industry as well. So I decided to, get them on board to push some projects and making great visuals for y'all to see.
You said acting like as actors, like moving.
Yeah, acting in the whole thing, because literally these are going to be like reels that had them like act scenes out and so forth, like to get more real projects.
Right. Is that part of your future too? Do you see yourself jumping into film or TV?
I mean, I definitely know that the stuff I lived, I can definitely throw it out there, and I feel it will be really real. And what I experienced, I feel like I got just a ton of wealth, that the things that I've seen that I really honestly feel like nobody's seen, that I could really put it on the film. I think I would have to just work on my acting skill a little bit, but
right, sharpen up the acting
those skills. But without a question, I definitely feel like my emotion was set through, just like it sets through in my music.
Right, and that's what music does. I feel like sometimes it just opens the doors for opportunities like that. Once you build a solid following or fan base, and people love your music and love you as an artist, you can then go, okay, well now let me do this, let me branch out and do that. So
yeah. I mean, every day's opportunity. Not just musically, you know, whenever you're doing something, just going through your everyday neighborhood opportunities, just shaking the mailman. He can just tell you things going on that's moving in other neighbors.
Right, right, right.
And letting you know how to expand and like there might be an opportunity with such and such doing a business down the block that you might want to talk to. So I always look for every opportunity, and yeah, I'm looking to build more with any artist and any producers working on their music. Obviously, any DJs out there,
Right.
definitely DJ Drewski, one of the best in the business. You know, I'm glad to have this opportunity working with him, but I'm definitely looking to build with everybody in this industry because I
Right.
want to get my music to the masses.
You spoke about working with other artists. If you had to pick 3 features to work with, and you only could pick 3, who would be your top 3 featured artists to work with?
I would definitely say because the type of music I like I said I write my songs, I produce my songs. If I had the opportunity, it would definitely be Prince and bring him back. You know, that would be because I respect and obviously I model some of my work after his thoughts and
Right.
his work ethic. So that would be somebody, if I could bring him back from the dead, somebody would definitely plug in with. But like for the living people, for sure, like, you know, it's a lot of great artists out here. But I would think I would move on with somebody like the Ozzy Brothers. So I could do
Wow.
something like, you know, different creatively. Or
Right.
something like a Megan Thee Stallion, because to throw a different version of sound compared to my voice.
Right, right, right.
So I want something to throw off the sound. Like their sound is different compared to my voice, and I feel like we can complement each other. And when I say the Ozzy Brothers, you know, that type of R&B feel, down to Megan Thee Stallion because she has a good rap voice, and I figure like, you know, we could complement each other in certain
Right,
avenues
right.
and everything like that.
That's the artist in you right there.
Absolutely, you
That's
got
the
to work
artist
with
in her.
everybody.
One more time, tell them the Instagram and how they can follow everything going on.
You gotta follow. You gotta follow. Definitely. You know, if you ain't following, you gotta follow The Real Cano The Artist on all platforms. I'm putting out that heat November 7th. It's gonna be from there on. It's gonna be nothing but climbing the charts and getting better. Cause that's all I want to deliver to y'all. Just great music.
Let's get it, man. Cano the Artist, DJ Drewski, the new movement. Appreciate you stopping by.
Yes, I
And
appreciate.
we
you
gonna
having
we
me.
gonna watch the
Definitely,
rollout.
definitely.
We gonna watch everything, man.
Yeah,
It's go time
definitely.
now.
It's gonna happen. You know, and this is what it's all about. You know, building relationships and making great music for y'all. Cause I don't want him playing no garbage on this
Right.
on the records and letting y'all hear stuff that he want to turn down. I want him to play music that he really love. So you know, that's what it's all about.
There it is. And we out. Peace.
Yes, yes.